everybody. Today I'm talking about Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. It is from 9th of October to 4th of February 2025. Jupiter retrogrades once a year, and we have to always watch the day Jupiter turns retrograde. So let us explore. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. So I want to remind you about my courses in 2025. All the details are on my website, komilla.com. And there are 4 courses. Always I do Foundation, Rules of Interpretation, Prediction. Each course is 36 weeks long, and there are 2 choices you can make. And then finally, we have the advanced course, which is Chart Interpretation and Counseling. All the details are on my website. And I'm also leading a trip to South India, to Kerala, for Rahu Ketu temples. And this is part of remedies for Rahu Ketu. We'll be visiting Saturn temples, Surya temples, Shiva goddess as well, in beautiful Kerala. So look up the details on my website, komilla.com. And so what about Jupiter retrograde? So the thing is that Jupiter retrogrades every year. This year, Jupiter is going to retrograde in Taurus, and he remains in Taurus. That's an important point. He will retrograde at 27 degrees Taurus and retrograde back to 17 degrees of Taurus. So it is 9th of October and retrograde back to 4th of February. So what you watch with Jupiter retrograde is that, firstly, it's not as difficult energy as Saturn retrograde, because it's a benefic planet he wants to give you. So the degree he retrogrades, if you have planets under that, so 27 degrees of Taurus, if you have planets there or thereabout, then Jupiter's blessing, because he's going to stay at that degree for quite some time. And then similarly at 17 degrees of Taurus as well. But always with the retrograde, you have to watch the day it turns retrograde and the day it goes direct. What I've noticed over the years is that when Jupiter goes retrograde, then it is, if you get stuck in the retrograde, then it can be complicated. Once one of my students was coming to India and he got stuck in the Jupiter retrograde, so his flight got delayed by 48 hours. There was all sorts of problems. So that's a thing that one has to be careful. So 9th early morning in California, but different times of the day for you where you are. Jupiter is going to go retrograde. So I would say 8th and 9th, just to be watchful, and if there are some delays or things, just take it in your stride rather than being stressed out about it. After that, once Jupiter goes retrograde, we don't actually feel it a lot. It's just a natural rhythm of the planet. And then around end of January, when he's then slows down and gets ready to go direct, then that is another time to watch for. And that will be on 4th of February 2025. Jupiter goes direct at 17 degrees of Taurus. Again, if you have any planet, ascendant, sun, moon at 17 degrees Taurus, then you are getting a lot of blessing because of that. So this is the important factor with Jupiter turning retrograde. It turns retrograde in Mrigasira Nakshatra, and it goes direct in Rohini Nakshatra. And again, as I said, there's actually no other drama except the start and the end, because Jupiter is not going to conjoin with any even faster moving planets. There's no Rahu Ketu in sight. There's no Saturn in sight. Saturn is not aspecting Jupiter in Taurus. So it's a smooth run, except that it is going to retrograde. And as I said, to watch out for 9th of October and then again near the 4th of February 2025. When a planet turns retrograde, instead of moving forward, it's moving backwards. So the retrograde is always about contemplating, about thinking what has happened in the last few months. And Jupiter went into Taurus in May. So now this is the retrograde in Taurus. So we have to think what has happened since May and listen to what Jupiter is telling. Jupiter stays in one sign for 1 year. So it's almost like it's giving you an opportunity to relax, to meditate, to think back, so that then you're moving forward more wiser, cleverer. Jupiter represents really more wisdom. So you're moving forward with wisdom, with knowledge, and you have processed all the information that you need to process. So if some things are not going forward as the way you want, it is perfectly okay. Don't push, don't try to make things happen before the time, because it is like eating a fruit half cooked or half ready. So how does it affect you? Aries, Jupiter is a great planet for you, rules your 9th and 12th house. Taurus is second house of finances, speech. So maybe sometimes you could be hesitating what you want to say, where you want to go. And as a planet of good luck, he's not going to be creating any major problems for you. Just watch out for expenses. That is important. Taurus, Jupiter is retrograding in Taurus. So it's actually blessing you. You don't necessarily, it's not your best planet, but Jupiter doesn't discriminate. He's going to give you blessings regardless. And it's a very nice transit for you and to enjoy it. And if your ascendant or moon is around 27 or 17 degrees of Taurus, then extra blessing is happening. Gemini, Jupiter in Taurus is in your 12th house. So 12th house is a house of foreign travel, expenses. So Jupiter being benefic can give a lot of expenses. And also sometimes the mind is thinking in a different way, oh, I'm going to spend large. So be careful about that. Jupiter does rule your 7th house and 10th house. So there can be some movement as far as professional opportunities are concerned as well. And especially that can take you to travel abroad. Cancer, Jupiter is a great planet for you. It's retrograding in the area of money. It's been there in the area of money. So a lot of profit and profitability and positive thing. Cancer, the main issue for you is that Saturn has been transiting in your 8th house. So that is not an easy transit. But Jupiter is doing a lot of good, and especially good news regarding children, general feel-good factor. Leo, Jupiter in Taurus is in your 10th house. So it's giving you opportunity professionally. Things are happening. Now, when it turns retrograde, maybe some momentum can be lost, and especially around October. After that, you won't feel it. But around October, early November, some momentum can be lost. And for Leo, Jupiter rules your 5th house. It also rules 8th house for you. So There can be some unexpected news for you around the 9th or somewhere in the later part of October. But 5th house children can start being awkward, but they'll settle down. Virgo, Jupiter in Taurus is very good. 9th house, good luck, good opportunity, learning, teaching, advising. Jupiter rules your 4th and 7th house, so relationships, home. It's not a good idea to plan about what you want to do about your home around the 9th of October and then 2025, February 4th. But otherwise, I think Jupiter is overall just blessing you. Libra, Jupiter's in your 8th house. 8th house is not the easiest place for any transit. Whereas Jupiter, unlike Saturn, will not be making any challenges or harming things. It's just that he's not directly blessing you from the 8th house, so you can feel the lack of feel-good factor. And but it can give sudden, unexpected money to you. And so that is a pleasant thing. Scorpio, Jupiter is in your 7th house, retrograding. It's been in the 7th house and it's retrograding there. So it is also making you think about relationship, deciding, how to deal with it in a pleasant way. And because the retrograde means you're going over some old ground, thinking about what has happened this year and how to enjoy this transit. This is definitely a positive transit for you, so don't have doubts. Sagittarius, Taurus is not the best energy. And for Sagittarius, as Jupiter's your ruling planet, you're ruling whether you're Sagittarius moon or Sagittarius ascendant, then you are the one who's feeling this most. And Jupiter's in your 6th house of obstacles, challenges, difficulty, retrograding as well. So you may feel as if you're not moving forward, and that can be frustrating, irritating, and best is to allow that retrograde to happen. Don't try to force the issues. And, this year, because Jupiter is in Taurus, it's not the best transit for you of Jupiter. Capricorn, Jupiter is transiting your 5th house of creativity, ideas, lots of ideas coming to you. This is a positive transit. Now, both Saturn and Jupiter are retrograde. So your Lagna Lord, Moon Lord is also retrograde Jupiter. So that may mean that you're thinking more about the past and finding it hard to move forward. Next month, Saturn goes direct and you'll have more energy to complete your task. Aquarius, Jupiter and Taurus is a happy time for you because it is in your 4th house. It is making you feel happy. Even retrograde, it is not going to have a huge negative impact on you, except as I've been saying, 8th, 9th, 10th, as it's turning retrograde. But lots of general ideas and overall thing about where you want to live, what you want from home, what you want from happiness. And those are the things to consider. Pisces, again, you are the one who's getting most affected by retrograde because Jupiter is your Lagna Lord or Moon Lord. As you know, I'm also Pisces, so I'm getting affected. Jupiter is stationary just now as I'm recording, and it's going to turn retrograde. And therefore, there's something about contemplating of what has happened in the past. And 3rd house is the house of initiative and action. And you may feel that not everything you can do. Things are, some things need thinking about, digesting, then you can move forward. And if you feel irritable or frustrated by it, don't be, because once Jupiter's gets into the rhythm of its retrograde, things will be much better. So that is it for today. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification.